Welcome to I Love the Library. I'm Danelle Haspel and I'm one of the reference librarians here at the Detroit Lakes Public Library. And today I'm going to talk to you about BookPage. And BookPage is America's book review. We get them here at the library every month and we lay them all over the building. You can pick them up and they're free. So if you're in a hurt to try and find something to read, this is great because it's got the latest and greatest books in it. And of course you can look in there and it has like a little blurb and a review so you can see if it's going to be any good or not. So I took the book review, book page, and I looked in it and I went to the shelves and got some of the books that are highlighted in it. This one is The Paying Guest by Sarah Waters. And it's actually set in 1920 in London. And Frances Ray and her mother have to take in boarders. And the reason being, two of her brothers were killed in World War I, and then her father passed away after that. So it's got humor in it. If you like historical fiction, it's a good book. This one is In the Unlikely Event by Judy Blume. And you're probably going to recognize the name Judy Blume. She is real famous, but as a children's author. This is her first attempt at writing an adult novel. So it's on my list. This one is A Beginner's Guide to Paradise by Alex Shoshanoff. And this one is actually nonfiction. And Alex had a major medical issue, and he promised himself that if he survived, he was going to quit his failing business, he was going to quit his failing relationship, and try and find paradise. So the book is like a guide book and also a love story. So he goes to the Pacific, jumps from island to island, and he goes to the island of Koror, and he actually meets a young woman named Sarah, and they fall in love. So, sounds like a really good book. The one I'm reading myself is The Hired Girl by Laura Amy Schultz. And I'm just enjoying this book so much. It's historical fiction. It's set in 1911 in Pennsylvania. And the young woman, her name, of course, I'm not going to remember her name right off the top. Oh, she changes her name, that's why. It starts out as Joan, and she changes her name to Janet. But she had her mother pass away when she was 10 years old. They live on a farm, and her father, and she has 3 brothers, and then she has to step into her mom's shoes and take care of the house and the whole family. And when she's 14, she feels that she's working hard enough that she should get the egg money from the chickens just like her mother did. And of course her father doesn't agree with that. So they butt heads in a major way. She loves school, and she has a wonderful teacher who has given her 3 books. Her father makes her quit school, and then during this big argument that they have, he burns her books. And she is very upset. So she decides that it's time to run away. And it just happens that her mother kind of planned for her to have a nest egg. She had sewn some money in her doll's apron for emergency. And of course she thinks this is an emergency, so she runs away to Baltimore, and not knowing anybody, she just happens to meet the right person, and she gets hired as the hired girl. And it's just, so far it's been a very enjoyable book, so I highly recommend it. So if you're looking for something to read, come on into the library and pick up one of the book pages. They're totally free, and you can look at them and probably request a lot of books after you've looked at it. So I hope to see you here at the library.